If we can now turn to a couple of case studies, I'm first going to take you back to the 20th century. The man in the photo is Charles Ponzi. He was an American criminal in the 1920s who promised investors an amazing 40% return on their money in just 90 days if they invested in his scheme. So what was Ponzi's idea? Basically, he planned to make money by taking advantage of the difference in exchange rates between the dollar and other currencies. The scheme was to buy and sell international mail coupons, which at the time had the same value as regular money. Amazingly, he only bought $30 worth of coupons himself to get the scheme started. People liked the idea, and in a short time, more and more people invested in the scheme. The key to the scheme was that as new people invested, Ponzi used their money to pay his earlier investors back. This is normally known as robbing Peter to pay Paul. By May 1920, he had made over $400,000, and by the following month, there was $2.5 million in Ponzi's fund. By July, he was receiving $1 million a week, and by August, the same amount per day. The scheme had phenomenal increase until the point just a few days later when the whole thing crashed. There was not enough money to pay back anyone. This sort of fraud is usually called a pyramid scheme and is illegal because you are using one person's money to pay back others, and it is bound to end by a lot of people losing their money. If it is timed well, however, this sort of scheme can run for years. 90 years later, after Ponzi, a criminal called Bernard Madoff made millions of dollars using exactly the same scheme. Because the investments were long-term, and with Madoff's false accounting, the returns looked very satisfactory, it took years for people to realize he was doing the same as Ponzi, paying out using other people's money. He is currently in prison and owes billions of dollars. Let's analyze how he ran his scheme and then discuss